Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to season number 2 of the Desert Gridiron Gameplan here on the Epic Sports Network. So glad you joined us tonight. My co-host, Mr. Ed Cole, will be joining us here in just a little bit, but we have a jam-packed show for you here to kick off season number 2 of the only Arizona high school football coaches show I'm aware of here in the Grand Canyon State. We're going to visit with the Pima Rough Riders, who are visiting the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles this Thursday night to kick off our first season on Channel 12 Plus for Thursday Night Football. And the Rough Riders are going to battle the Eagles. It's a rematch of the 2A state championship from last season. Actually, for the last 2 seasons, these two teams have been duking it out at the end of the season. So we're going to visit with them. And then we're also going to visit a little bit later on in the show with the Ben Franklin Chargers. They are battling the Dysart Demons this Friday night, a home game for Ben Franklin. And that's going to be a really good matchup down there in Queen Creek. So let's get right to it as we welcome in the Pima Rough Riders. Gentlemen, how are you tonight? We so appreciate you joining us. Coach Wilkins, it's great to see you again. Unfortunately, we weren't able to connect with you back in the summer when we had the kickoff show, but we got you loud and clear right now. Why don't you give us just a brief synopsis of how the offseason is going? And, Coach, we're less than 48 hours away from kicking this 2025 season off.
No, we're really excited. It's finally getting here. We've had a great offseason. We had good summer workouts and a good passing league. Had a great camp up in Alpine this summer, and we're ready to come back and get to work, and boys are putting in work, and we're ready. We're ready to play.
Coach, we're going to visit with Joe Palmer, who is playing running back and linebacker for you as well here tonight. But tell us who else you brought with us this evening.
So I got Charlie Richardson. He plays defensive end and offensive tackle for us. We got Dante McCray. He's our center and a defensive tackle. And then right here we got Joe Palmer, who's one of our running backs and our middle linebacker.
Tell us about the importance, Coach, of having guys, especially in small school ball, that are able to not only play both ways, but play well both ways.
No, I got 3 guys with me tonight that are going to play both ways for us this year, and you know it takes a lot. You know, you got to be in shape, you got to put in the time, and you know it means a lot to have players like this. All these guys are returning starters for us. These guys are seniors. They've been starting for us. This is their 3rd year now, and Joe here's a junior. He's been starting for us for 2 years, and so you know having that experience, they all play both ways, and they're big parts of our team.
Coach, we're well aware of how these games have come down to the wire over the past couple seasons with you guys and the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles. What can we expect this time around?
You know, I don't think there's any 2 teams in Arizona that have seen each other as much as we have these past 3 or 4 years, and so you know we're real excited to play. You know, it's developed into quite a rivalry. We definitely respect each other. We both want to go up there and show a little dominance and do things our way. And so, you know, it makes for a fun game. And you know, we're just super excited to be playing on Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic matchup. We're excited to have the game as well on 12 Plus this season. And you guys are going to kick off the 2025 high school football season here in the Grand Canyon State. Tell us a little bit more about the young man sitting to your right, Mr. Joe Palmer there, plays running back and plays a whole lot of linebacker for you as well, Coach.
So last year he might be a little embarrassed. He developed the name of Lunchbox Joe because Joe comes to work every day, and he puts in the work, and he downhill, he's going to put his face mask in your chest, and he's going to let you know that he's there. He moves really well. He's you know, as a sophomore, I think he led the team in tackles as a sophomore for us, and he's just a great player, great, and even a better young man. So.
Coach, how important is the defensive side of the football, especially in, you know, we're taking a look right now at this championship game right here, in tight games like that where defense really does win championships sometimes?
You know, and we're kind of hard nosed around here, so we love defense. We love to fly around and hit you, and we definitely feel that, you know, defense is probably our strong spot, and like you said, defense wins championships, and so we love our defense. We like to fly to the ball. We like to hit. We just love football.
Joe, tell us a little bit about. We see you ripping off a nice big run there a moment ago. Tell us about how much fun you have out there on the football field, and I would think that playing running back and then playing linebacker on the defensive side of the football kind of goes hand in hand, and maybe helps you out. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that those two positions are probably the best positions on the field to be at. And that's where I like to play, and that's what makes football so fun for me.
Joe, tell us how much your coaches mean to you. They spend every day. A lot of people don't realize how much time these coaches pour into you guys. Talk to us about your coaches, not only Coach Wilkins, but the entire staff there at Pima.
So they've been coaching me since freshman year. I think I came in off a broken ankle my freshman year, so they've been working with me, getting me back up there, and I think they're great help running through drills, getting me ready to go for this upcoming season.
Coach, have there been any guys that have stood out to you during the offseason? Maybe some guys that surprised you a little bit and kind of popped off the screen a little bit, and you say, "Hey, we might be able to put this guy to some good use this season."
So we lost 5 seniors last year, and so we met with this senior class coming up, and they've been with me I coach in through JV, and then they've been here on varsity with me for the past 3 years, and we meet before the season starts with the seniors and say, it's our time, and we expect nothing but championships around here, and so we get to kind of focus early in the year there. Just on the line here, these two they've been starting for me for 3 years now, so I expect a lot out of them. In the backfield, we got Rooster Alder playing with Palmer right here. Rooster put on some good weight this year, and we expect a lot out of him. Wade Peterson and Kingy Corona, slot type receivers and going to try to get the ball in their hand. They really have come along this year, and we're just excited to play, and ready to go.
Coach, it was an unfortunate turn of events with your quarterback Cedric Grimes being knocked out. I believe that was last week or so. How do you guys recover from that? And this game of football, it's grab your bootstraps, next man up. We still got a game to play.
So hard situation to handle, but if you remember back 3 years ago, Cedric was put in the exact same situation when our two quarterbacks in front of him went down, and that's the way we got to go, next man up. So we got Ryan McBiles. He's a sophomore. He's been in the program since he was in junior high, and he knows we're going to rely on him a lot, and it's next man up for us, and Ryan's going to do a good job. He's been paying attention. He's been studying. He's putting in the work. He was one that really worked hard this summer, in the weight room every day and put in the time there. And so it'll be exciting to see as he, there'll probably be a little bit of a first start jitters coming, but
sure.
As we saw Friday, once he settles down, Ryan does a great job for us.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing him in action this Thursday at Scottsdale Christian when you guys are battling those Eagles. This question is for those linemen there sitting to your left, Coach. Guys, how much pride do you take in being really the workhorses of the football team? Offensive linemen, unfortunately, there's one stat that you guys get, and that's pancake blocks. But your contribution to the whole team is invaluable. How much pride do you take in knowing that, and knowing, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be a big stat guy, and I'm not going to be able to, send out messages about my 14 touchdowns I got this week, but none of that other stuff happens without the stuff that you guys do up front.
Well, definitely starts on the line. We take a lot of pride in that. We try to go to our fullest every single play. So just try to get these guys their touchdowns, get them the glory.
How much time do you guys get to spend? What do you guys like to do together when you're not practicing, you're not playing football? Because it is a brotherhood when you're on the field, but you guys have to be able to bond as well off the field. What are some things you guys do for fun down there in southeastern Arizona?
Sometimes after games, we have a group chat and we'll get together. We'll go to Denny's or something. But also just at school, just saying hi and recognizing people from practice helps keep that brotherhood intact.
Outstanding. Travel safe, guys, coming up to the Valley on Thursday. We look forward to seeing you very much. Coach, what is it going to take to get over on these Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles?
You know, they're a good team, and Mike does a great job. I think we have a lot of equal respect for each other. We both want to win, and so I think you know we like to grind. We like to control the clock. We like to play our game, and then when we're on defense, it's about flying to the ball. You know, 11 guys there every play, flying to the ball, doing your part. You know, you got to do your job, and make sure the guy next to you is going to do his job. And no finger pointing, and then let's just go out there and play our game.
Coach, there's something to be said about small town football. Talk to us about the community support that you get down there in Pima. I know you guys pack the stands every single Friday night, and that's got to do something special for your football team.
No, we got great fans. They can get a little rowdy sometimes. We try to give them a show. We try to keep them on the edge of their seats, but they're definitely supporting us 100%. You know, I got parents calling me all the time, wondering what they can do to just help the team. Everybody they just want to be a part. They just want to be a part of what we got going on here. And so we have great support. You know, Friday nights, if you want to rob a house in a small town, that's
the night to do it.
Everybody's going to be there at the football games.
That's so true, Coach. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. We appreciate you joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Safe travels to the Valley of the Sun on Thursday, and we will see you guys Thursday night out there at Scottsdale Christian as you guys battle those Eagles. Thank you again for your time, and have a great rest of your evening.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. That is the Pima Rough Riders joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. We'll take a brief commercial timeout, and when we return, we will visit with the defending 2A state champion Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles. Coach Mike Sheehan will join us, as well as quarterback Sean Helgeson. Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan coming up after a brief commercial timeout. Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. And oh, look who it is. It is Mr. Ed Cole joining us here on the program. How are you, my guy?
Brother, I'm so sorry I'm so late. We're out celebrating a momentous occasion in our family. Our son Carter is moving on to the University of Arizona, so we were having dinner with him at Fleming. So I apologize for being late, but I don't apologize because I'm celebrating my son for his achievement.
We are so proud of Carter, and we're so happy for the Cole family down there in Tucson representing the Valley of the Sun here tonight.
Sorry I'm so late.
And that's okay. We got a great show. We got a chance to visit with the Pima Rough Riders, and next up, it's those defending 2A state champion Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles. Coach Sheehan, how are you, sir? Thanks for taking the time. We're doing great, man.
My man, James, my man, Ed, good to see you guys. It's been a while since Burrito Express. It's a little bit different, but I like it.
It has been.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it has been, Coach. Hey, give us a little breakdown of what's going on there in the program since we saw you last over there in Tempe back in June. And, Coach, we're about to kick this thing off for real.
I know, awesome. I just let you know I brought Everett on too, if you don't mind.
All right.
But
of course.
honestly, a lot been going on. The kids have been working extremely hard, and I feel like you say it every year, but I mean it this year wholeheartedly that these kids have worked harder than any group I've ever had. And it's not just here, but other schools. And I think these dudes are pretty locked in right now. They're ready to play. They know there's a lot of pressure on them right now. They're kind of flexing behind me, which is awkward, and I can see them on the screen. But these dudes have put in the work. We've started I've said it a couple times on other things. We started about a week earlier than everybody else went. And I require a lot of these guys. And I feel like they started to read the newspaper clippings a little bit, and we kind of helped with some boys last week. And I think we've locked back in and we're ready to go for Thursday. I hope, right? We're ready.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you, what is that extra week? You said you started a week earlier before everybody else. What do you think that extra week has done to get you guys ready for the defense of your state championship?
I think it's key. I think it's key for us, right? If you want to be the best, you got to outwork everybody. And I feel like 2A is no joke anymore. There's so many good teams. You got Wilcox, Pima, Veritas, Santan. Like, there's so many good teams right now. You have to stay above the curve, and everybody's going to be looking out for us, right? They're going to be trying to knock off the ones that won last year. And I feel like that extra week just allowed us to put our install in, get the things we want to get in. So when we can get to this week, we're flowing, and it's just more reps on reps on reps on reps. And you know how things work. Like, practice makes perfect. Well, we're far from perfect, but we're trying to get there, right?
Coach, what does it mean to you to slowly be turning Scottsdale Christian Academy into a football school? These guys are excited about football. I see them in the hallway. I see them in the classroom. They're ready to go. They're ready to pad up. They're talking about, hey, is it full pass? We're going full pass, right? Okay, cool. What does it mean to you to have really reinvigorated Scottsdale Christian Academy football?
Honestly, to be honest, James, it's the talent's always been here. I think it just takes someone that really cares about small ball football and cares about these boys more than they does football. Like, I tell these guys I love them all the freaking time, and they probably get annoyed with it and all that stuff. I yell at them as much as I love them. But I feel like I'm just an individual that runs it like a business, that happens to be a coach and just loves on these boys and I want to see these dudes develop and go do bigger things in life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about football. It's building men. So all I've done is come here, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of building some men. Now, we got a heck of a lot of work to do in that, right, too. But I think putting God first and doing the right things, I think it's the talent's been here. It just need to be unlocked.
Coach, you mentioned you got Everett Salazar there with you. Talk about these two young men that you have to your right and what they mean to the football program.
Oh, man, they're huge leaders, great leaders on this team. Sean, obviously back from, he's a state championship quarterback, right? There's not many guys that can say that, especially this year. But Sean's back this year. He's been throwing dimes in practice. He's got a great wide receiver core, great leader, big kid. I mean, we are blessed to have a 6'4", 210-pound quarterback in 2A football. It's unheard of, right? He's got a freaking cannon for an arm, 4.5 GPA. He's a smart kid, so he can do things that a lot of other guys can't do. And then there's Everett, who was slated to be our starting tailback last year and had got his knee hurt in the scrimmage. And honestly, I've never, and I've said it, and I'm not taking anything away from any kid I've ever coached, but this young man has worked harder than anyone I've ever seen in 25 years prepare himself to get ready to play football. And he cares so much, and he has freaking love for his players and love for the other kids on the team. He's put on 40 pounds. You just saw him for the state championship game. He suited up, fumbled on one carry, which we shouldn't have gave him the ball. Which I know, but I'm just saying, he was 160 pounds, 200 pounds, 6'1", and ready to run the rock. Like, I can't wait to see this kid unleashed, because it's been about a year, almost 2 years, since he's really been able to go and play some real football.
Everett, I want to ask you, what does it mean to be the bell cow this season for the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles? You got a really nice offensive line in front of you. We're going to talk to Sean Helgeson, your quarterback, here in a moment, but what does it mean to you to be able to run the rock for these Eagles?
It's honestly a blessing. You know, I really got to give my praise to God. I thank him every day, and I just thank my line so much for the hard work that they've been putting in. And we mess something up, we rep it, we fix it. And I just want to thank the coaches so much. Honestly, this program, I'm just really looking forward to this year. We've improved so much, and I got a lot of supporting guys here with me.
Sean, 28 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions last year, almost 2,000 yards passing, of course, a state championship game. What are some things that you were working on in the offseason as you were leading into spring ball and then summer ball, as you were getting ready for the season to improve your game? We know football is a team sport, but I want to talk about you specifically and what you've been working on your game.
I think it all comes back to like the mental aspect and like understanding defenses better, as well as footwork and stuff. Because last year I hadn't been put in as a starting quarterback at all ever, and just working footwork and pocket presence is definitely a big thing for me, and as well as understanding defenses more.
Now, Sean, your growth is off the chart, my friend, since we first saw you inserted at that quarterback position last season at the beginning of the year. You flipped over from the tight end position. What's that transition been like, and how have you been able to grow your game so quickly?
I think it all goes back to having a good support system and coaching staff with our offensive coordinator, Coach Martin, helping me get through reads and understand everything from defenses to pressure and footwork and pocket presence. And also, as well as playing tight end, I kind of knew soft spots of defenses sometimes and just where the ball needs to go.
Everett, you're also part of the track and field team. What do you do as far as track and field is concerned? What are your specialties?
My two events are the high hurdles, 110, and the 300.
Wow. Something that you and I couldn't do, right, JP?
No, not at all. And honestly, Ed, I think these guys probably got a couple sets in just right before they came on here.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of jacked up, aren't they?
Yeah, they've done a lot of work in that weight room, Coach. Talk to us about the work that you put in that room right there behind you.
Sorry, guys. Hey, we got friends that just rolled in.
Here comes Isaiah Steffen and some other cats join us.
And,
Tell us
Joey
who's in there now.
Yep. Joey Kessie and Isaiah Steffen. They just want to pop
All right.
in. You don't mind,
All
guys.
right.
Of course they
Perfect.
can.
Yeah.
Coach, you got guys picking up college offers right and left now from Scottsdale Christian Academy. Talk about that.
Like I said, I think the talent's just been here. Now we're on the map a little bit, right? Now this little small school in the middle of Scottsdale, like I feel like the first year I came in, I was like it's probably annoying to a lot of people, but I kept doing a hashtag as like small school, big talent. And I wholeheartedly think that like we're a small school with a lot of talent. There's talent on this team that can play for any team in the state. And I think we just need to be out there a little bit more. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a marketer than I am a coach, and I get these guys out there a little bit more. But I love to see I just love this, love the opportunities for the boys, because at the end of the day, like I only get to coach for me, 4 years if I get all of them, maybe 1 or 2 for some of these. But I want to see them do big things in their life. So giving them opportunities and getting like offers, like Isaiah has an offer to Drake. Joey has an offer to Beloit. He's got one to Beloit, and then Culver Stockton. And then as soon as everybody sees Everett play, I guarantee Everett will have some too. I think we're getting seen a little bit more. We're out there a little bit.
And it's good to have that target on your back and just knowing that, okay, all roads go through SCA. When you win the state championship 2 years in a row, everybody's coming for the Eagles, right, Coach?
Yep. And I've said this, and there's a couple things. I'm a little cliche with what I'm talking about right now. But this team right now, like we've won the last 2 years. Yeah, that's great. Like that's last year's teams. This team has done nothing. These guys right here, they did something last year, but they've done nothing this year. And our goal right now is to do something this year. And obviously, like it starts with game 1, and it starts with kind of preparing for that. We haven't looked past anything. We're not worrying about a championship right now. We're worrying about starting the season off a little bit better than we do the last couple of years. Like I'm also one to, not shy away from tough games early. And I love that Coach Wilkins and I were able to come to agreement and play this game first, because, let's let it roll right away, right?
No, this is going to be a fantastic game. We're excited to have it for the 3rd season in a row. You guys are going to open up, and we're not going to have any storms this time, right? Am I correct?
You just jinxed it. Thanks a lot. Now you just jinxed it. Here we go.
Jinx it, JP.
And I didn't
come on now.
Okay, I think we're okay right now.
That's like when there's a no-hitter, you don't talk about a no-hitter.
No-hitter.
Don't talk about the storm.
That's right.
You're
right.
2 nights.
Yeah.
One more time, Coach, I want to rewind to last year. You guys had a ton of adversity going into the playoffs last season. You were able to somehow overcome that. And I just kept seeing you time after time. Hey, we did it again. Hey, you know what? We did it again. Praise God. How did that happen?
Well, honestly, it's obviously like I think we're a bunch of God-fearing young men and boys and coaches and all that thing. And I think, you don't have God on your side, but it doesn't hurt when you're actually glorifying him in everything you do and thinking him first. But secondly, I feel like I'm a big culture guy, and I think culture is as important as the X's and O's. And I don't know if most people agree with that, but I think if you got a good culture where kids enjoy coming to practice, working hard, really understand what they're getting out of it. And literally, we were having a bad practice last week. We had a horrible practice, I think 2 weeks ago. The next practice I came out, we literally played games. And that sounds stupid, but it kind of gets them revived, gets them clocked back in, gets them ready to go. I think it's a big culture thing. They love each other. And we wouldn't have got through last year without the boys loving each other. We did a ring ceremony after the year, and everybody kind of talks about it, like what their favorite part of the year was. And a lot of the boys, come on in, Sam. You're fine. We got people back. Our center's here too. But,
All right. Hey, look, we're going to get the whole team in here before we get off.
Bring the whole team in, Coach. Why not?
I know. So this shirt doesn't match.
Big Sam.
SCA shirt, but there's Big Sam.
I don't have an SCA shirt either, Coach.
I lost my whole train of thought. Oh yeah, we were doing the ring ceremony, and we talked about like what was your favorite part of the year. And there were seniors that did not get to play in that game because they were suspended from the game before against Eloy that said their favorite game of the year was Veritas at home that they didn't even get to play for. But what it was is it was a collective group of young men that loved each other, were there for each other, and did anything for each other that week. And I think if you can have that culture along with great coaches, great athletes, and good X's and O's, I think you can do a lot of stuff.
Sean, of course, it's a brotherhood. You're not always going to see eye to eye throughout the course of the season. You guys are going to go head up and you're going to have some disagreements. But when all is said and done, when the chips are down, what does it mean to have your brothers right to your left, to your right, to your front, and to your behind you? These guys that are just rallying, they're going to do everything they need to do to get this team a victory, and of course make you look good at the same time. They look good at the same time, and you get a dub. But just to have that brotherhood amongst all your teammates.
I mean, it means everything from like seeing everyone in the hallways, everyone saying hi, kind of the culture we have as a football team, everyone being brothers to each other is just, it's the difference between teams. I think everyone kind of coming together for the Veritas game brought us together a bunch, and coming into this next season, we've got a lot of players back, and we kind of carry that culture over to this year. So I think it's going to be a great year.
Coach, how important is it for you to now going into your third season there at Scottsdale Christian to have that cohesiveness, not only of players, but coaches as well?
Oh, it's awesome. I think we're extremely blessed here, right? We got great athletes, and like listen, every coach says it, but I legit mean it. Like, I'll put our coaching staff against almost everybody in the state. There's some great staffs out there. There's some great staffs. You give us any kind of group of kids, and I think we'll be able to coach them well. I think Coach Clark, our defensive coordinator, Coach Martin's great. Coach Salazar in the O-line, Coach Flowers, Coach Neidig, Coach Jackson, Coach Ernie, like everybody is great for us. And I feel like we just got a good group of dudes. And I think it's what we do is we're decentralized command. As a head coach, I let those guys do their thing, right? So I'm not babysitting each coach. These coaches are awesome. They're working with these kids. We'll be running offense against scout team, and we've got like all 9 coaches are coaching one kid at one time, and we're constantly coaching. So I feel like it's just a bunch of dudes that are enjoying being out here. You got great kids and a great staff, and it's kind of rolling right now.
Everett, what does it mean for you to have a coach like Coach Sheehan and the coaching staff that, of course, he's going to have you work within your means. He's going to let you do what you need to do. But when it's time to wrangle you in, he's going to let you know, he's going to check you. But at times he's just going to let you go ahead and go out there and do your thing up to an extent, just to have Coach Sheehan and his coaching staff to lead and guide you guys.
Man, Coach Sheehan is such an awesome coach and just a great guy. He's like, I consider him family. He's a really great person. And he's really just been there for me, especially last year with my knee injury. Great guy, and he's just he's pushing everybody to be their best. He's hard on you because he cares.
Coach, in this last couple of minutes we got here with you guys, let's talk about this game. These Pima Rough Riders are going to be hungry, right? Anytime you lose a championship game, that stings. That stings, and that stays with you all offseason. Every rep of that in that weight room, every up, down, you're thinking about that game. Talk to us about what it's going to take to get over on a team like that who's going to really be coming for it this Thursday.
I think I think like Josh said it well, Coach Wilkins over there at Pima. I think he said it well. Like, we know each other so well. I think we know what each other does. We know each other's kind of tendencies. We know all that stuff. And I think it just comes down to execution. It comes down to execution and physicality. If, Pima's one of the toughest teams around. It doesn't matter pound for pound against any team in the state. They're some of the toughest teams around. If we match that and we can be as physical as them, if not try to be a little bit more physical, I think we got a good chance of winning that football game. But it's going to be a dogfight for sure. They're big physical kids, and they will not quit. There's zero quitting them. There's zero quitting us. So I think it's going to be a heck of a game Thursday night. It's just going to be I think it's a turnover battle thing, and I think it's who's got the most grit when it comes to at the end.
Well, we are so excited to kick off the 2025 season for the third year in a row with the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles on Thursday Night Football with us. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking the time. The back-to-back 2A state champion Eagles will take on the Pima Rough Riders Thursday night. We'll be on the air at 6:30 p.m. on 12 Plus. with the pregame show, and the kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Guys, have a great night, and
Thank
we
you so
will
much
talk to
for
you
what
again
you guys do.
very
You're
soon.
awesome. We'll see you Thursday night. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Thank
Let's
you,
do it.
gentlemen.
See you guys.
The Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Ed, I am so excited for Thursday night, not only because it's the start of another season and we get to do this Thursday night football thing again and this, that, and the other, but this is going to be a game.
That is going to be a game. As you mentioned, a rematch of the 2A state championship game. These two teams know each other so well. SCA Fall, they lost to Pima in a tight game toward the middle of the season, so they were looking for some revenge. Of course, they didn't know they were going to face them in the championship game. They didn't know they were going to face Pima again, but to face a familiar foe and then start the season with them just a couple months, just a few short months after they beat them in the state championship game, this should be a really good game. And of course, we're going to have it on 12 Plus, the 12 Plus app. And we are so excited to partner up with 12 News for this venture, JP.
Yes, we are. We're going to talk more about that when we return from the break here as we await the arrival of the Ben Franklin Chargers, who will be joining us here in a little bit. Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Season 2 is underway here, Ed. Stay with us. More to come after the break.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. James Spoovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we're so excited to kick off this season, and it's been a blessing to have formed a partnership with Channel 12 here in Phoenix. They've agreed to have our games on 12 Plus this season. Of course, you all know 12 is the home of Friday Night Fever, and we could not be more excited, Ed.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a work in the making, of course, going back and forth with our guy Cam Cox over there at Channel 12 News. But it's such an honor for us to partner up, as you mentioned, JP, with 12 News and bring you 12 outstanding weeks of football, girls football, boys football will lead you into the playoffs. But every single Thursday night, 6:30 pregame from wherever we're going to be. JP, if you have the schedule, you're going to pop it up there so everybody can see it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this announcement up one more time for anyone who did not see it, and then we'll talk a little bit about the schedule because we're actually going to be jumping on with Mr. Cam Cox tomorrow night. I believe around 8 or 8:30 p.m. on 12 Plus to actually go over the schedule and get everybody hyped up for the season. But in case you missed the official announcement, here it is once again.
Exciting news for high school football fans and all of us here at 12 News. Select prep football games will be streamed live on Thursday nights this season.
And the best news of all, it starts this Thursday with a rematch of the 2A state championship game. Two-time defending champions from Scottsdale Christian. They'll kick off the season at 7 o'clock against Pima. They'll be a part of the first of 12 streamed games this year on 12 Plus.
After that, catch Cactus Shadows taking on Desert Edge the following Thursday in the big school season opener. Every single week through the first week of the playoffs, tune into 12 Plus Thursday nights at 7 p.m. for some high school football. And if you need more of the best sports coverage in town, including Friday Night Fever and then some, download 12 Plus for your TVs right now. Starting this week, a new episode of 12 Sports Tonight will stream on Wednesdays at 12 Plus, beginning at 8 o'clock. We'll be right back.
So much great stuff, Ed, and we are beyond grateful to all the fine folks down there at 200 East Van Buren for believing in what we're doing. And I'm going to tell you, Ed, it's going to be a truly epic season.
It really will be. And we are so excited. Cannot wait until Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Again, we're going to kick it off at the home of the Eagles, the 2A state champions, the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles, as they take on the Pima Rough Riders. We cannot wait for that game. 6:30, JP and I will be on the field. We got some brand new equipment, so we're excited to roll all this stuff out and bring you some great football every single Thursday night.
Yes, and let me tell you what, you think the first game looks good, that Scottsdale Christian Academy against Pima. Week 2, you're going to want to make your way out to Goodyear, Arizona. It's going to be the Cactus Shadows Falcons from Cave Creek battling the Desert Edge Scorpions, defending 5A state champions. And what I'm telling you is, my friend, we've got 2 defending state champions in our first 2 games of the season.
That's crazy, right?
It is crazy. We'll go over the rest of the schedule with everyone tomorrow night with Mr. Cam Cox. Make sure you join us on 12 Plus. But I'm so excited, Ed. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff this year, and we're gonna go all over the state as well as we usually do.
Yes, and again, we cannot be more happy to partner up with 12 News to bring you these great games every single week, to highlight the amount of talent that we have football wise in this great state of Arizona. Is going to be every single week, and we love highlighting these schools, highlighting these players, these coaches, all of these organizations for all of the hard work they've done throughout the course of the previous seasons before this season, but the work they've done in the off season and in spring ball and summer ball, getting ready for the season. We want to give them some love, give them their flowers, right, JP? Because they've worked so hard for these moments.
Yes, and as you know, Ed, this football thing is no longer 4-month, a year thing. It's year round. I mean, it's been that way for a long time in Texas, but out here in Arizona, it's really become a year-round thing. And so, like you said, we want to make sure and pay tribute to all these teams. And part of our mission here on the Epic Sports Network since our inception has been to cover some of these schools that may not get a lot of the love typically. And it's great to see some of these smaller schools like a Scottsdale Christian, like a Pima, some of these kids getting college offers, Ed. And the best part of that, they're going to go get to not only play football, have fun, make new friends, make friends that they're going to have for a lifetime, but get their education paid for.
Yes. And did you not see how excited Coach Sheehan was to talk about his young men and the growth that they're having outside of the football field, outside of what they do and all the achievements they do on the football field, but in the classroom, and just, I'm sure they do lots of community service. I'm sure Coach Sheehan has got his guys out there along with the rest of these great schools across the state of Arizona. They do community service. They get out and they bless others because they're a blessing themselves. They're able to bless each other, all of us, by us watching them play football, but them getting out into the community and just doing wonderful things. We want to highlight that kind of stuff because a lot of that stuff does go by the wayside, and a lot of these guys don't get that notoriety, and they probably don't want the notoriety, JP, but we're going to give it to them.
We're going to give it to them, and we want you to make sure and download that 12 Plus app, because not only are we going to have Thursday Night Football on, but a brand new show debuted last night on 12 Plus with Cam Cox and Just Chili called Dropping Dimes. And I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but it was fantastic. And I tell you what, Channel 12 is really all in on the high school football, my friend.
And they've been that way for decades, JP. And again, we are so excited to partner with 12 News to bring you Thursday Night Football every single week. It's going to be so much fun. So buckle in, strap yourselves in, folks. It's going to be a crazy fall of football, but we're going to love bringing it to you every single week.
Yes, it is. I want to give some love to our sponsors as well. Hot Chicken Alley Recruit ID has come on board with us this season. All Insurance for All is on board with us now. We are so proud of these sponsors for understanding what we're trying to do and really get these athletes the exposure they deserve. Procom Headsets is supporting us this season as well. And Hot Chicken Alley, we could not be more grateful for their support.
Yeah, because they know how big this high school football thing is. And it's just, again, just a blessing for us to be a part of bringing you just some great action every single week. These young men, all these athletes and these coaches and all these programs have worked their tails off to get to this moment, opening up the season and seeing if they can take the journey, take this long road to a state championship. That's the great thing about football. Every single season, you have no idea what's going to happen, JP, who's going to come out and win these state championship games. That's why they play the games every single week, and that's why we're bringing you this action on Thursday Night Football on 12 News and the 12 Plus app.
And I also want to shout out a longtime sponsor here on Thursday Night Football going into his third season, the Marin brothers over there at Burrito Express. They have been nothing but great to us over these past 3 seasons. Once again, they're a sponsor of Thursday Night Football this year on the Epic Sports Network. We're excited. They have grown exponentially, Ed, over the past couple of years. They're now, believe at 7 or 8 locations around the valley, and now you can get your Burrito Express fix at a neighborhood Circle K in your area as well.
Yeah, I was going to say they have blown up. You're right, exponentially. They have grown, and we love doing our schedule release shows there every single year at the location right at the ASU campus. Angel is so awesome. He opens up the doors. You know, it's a little tiny restaurant, but we pack every single coach and player in there. We feed them. We have a good time. And again, yes, we love Angel and the partnership that Burrito Express has done, and their belief in the Epic Sports Network and Thursday Night Football. And now we're partnering up with 12 News and all the other sponsors that you mentioned, JP, to bring great high school football action. Also, girls flag football. We've got some girls flag football coming up this year too, JP.
Yes, we do. About halfway through the schedule, we're going to make our way out to Waddell Canyon View High School. We all know about the growth of girls flag football here in the Grand Canyon State. That's going to be one of our Thursday Night Football games of the week. It'll be the Hamilton Huskies, and we know all about Samaya Taylor-Jenkins over there, one of the best flag football players in the country, not just the state, Ed. And then we all know about Caitlin Jewell. She's already graduated from over there at Canyon View, but the cupboards are far from bare over there for Coach Corey Beal.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to get over there and call that action. It's gonna be some fast and furious action as the girls get on there and do their flag football thing, and they will do their best to wow and thrill us, which I know they will do.
You know they will. We're going to take a brief commercial timeout. Unfortunately, we reached out to the Dysart Demons to join us here on the program, but we didn't get any response from them, so hopefully we can catch up to them next time. But after we take a short commercial timeout, we will be joined by the Ben Franklin Chargers. Coach Danny Norris has brought along a special guest with him, and we'll visit with both of those gentlemen here next after we take a break. Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan coming your way next after the timeout.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network. And it's time for that fourth quarter, my friend. Welcome back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan here on the Epic Sports Network. So glad you joined us tonight. We had the pleasure of visiting with our Thursday night matchup for the week, the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles against the Pima Rough Riders. And the big Friday night game coming up this week, Ed, features the Dysart Demons at the Ben Franklin Chargers. Joining us now, Coach Danny Norris and Gavin Weiler. Gentlemen, how are you? Thank you so much for your time. We certainly appreciate it. And tell us about the offseason for the Ben Franklin Chargers. We know you guys have been on the up and up over the past couple seasons out there. And Coach Norris, you're really building a solid program out there in Queen Creek.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys for having us. And it's been an exciting 3 years. We're going into year 3 together, Gavin Weiler and I. And he came in as a freshman our first year here in 2023. And it's been a fun build. We started the program in 2023 when I got here with just about 65 guys in the program. And this current season, we have 108, right? So we've built the program to pretty high numbers, and a lot of guys are excited on campus. Our campus culture is higher than ever right now to support our athletics programs. And it's super exciting time to be a Charger, no doubt.
Coach, 11-2 record, 4-0. You were undefeated in your section. You went to the semifinals, unfortunately falling to Push Ridge in the semifinals. But to have that kind of a run deep into the playoffs last season, having a great regular season, what did that do for the morale and just the program as a whole, knowing you can sustain that type of success and you can go deep in the playoffs and make a run at a championship?
Yeah, I think it built a lot of belief, right? Like when we came into the program, we were coming down from 4A. They would gone 1-9 the season before. So making the playoffs in 2023 was a big step for us. We went 7-4 and had an opportunity to go and play Morenci in that first round and took a tough loss there. And the group we had last year was special. Those guys had been through a lot and had played a lot of football. They had played a lot of varsity football, and, we're going to miss those 18 seniors that graduated from the last class. And the experience we have from the guys coming back, and especially the guy next to me as a sophomore last year, leading our team to 11-2. And, we had a fun run, but our focus certainly is on 2025 and what we can do this year.
Coach, before we talk with your stud quarterback that you got there with you this evening, tell us about your defense.
Yeah, our defense flies. They're an aggressive attacking style defense. Our defense coordinator, Jeremy Sather, is actually going into year 6 here at Ben Franklin. So, he's someone that I made it a priority to retain when I got the job here at Ben Franklin. And he does a phenomenal job with our defense. His oldest son, Ty Sather, is our starting safety. He's a 3-year captain for us. He's a 4-year varsity starter. He's a guy that gets us in the right position and plays with some of the best energy you'll see on a field anywhere. I think he can compete with the best defensive backs in the entire state. And we have guys that are going to have to step up. We have to replace 9 of our top 11 tacklers from last year. And a lot of those guys are going to be coming up from our JV program last year, where we went undefeated and had 2 really big wins against an Arcadia JV team and an Arizona College Prep JV team. And the closest win we had last year, I think it was like a 36-14 win over Arcadia. And a lot of those guys have experience on that lower level, and we're going to have to count on them to do the same thing for us on Friday nights now.
Coach, a little bit more on your coaching staff, knowing that you've got your defensive coordinator. You said he's going into his 6th season. What does that mean to have someone like that and others in your program that has that longevity, that's been in the program for multiple years, knowing you've got that stability at these certain coaching positions?
The continuity is big. I think any successful program, regardless of whether it's athletics or professional, is built on continuity. If you keep good people in your program, amazing things can happen. And I think that we've done a really good job of finding and identifying the correct people to be in our program, to remain in our program, to empower these young men to do what they do on Friday nights, Thursday nights, Wednesday nights. Our first year in 2023, I asked a lot of our coaching staff. We coached all 3 levels. So we coached frosh, soft, JV, and varsity. I think we were the only coaching staff in the state that coached 27 games, right? We coached 27 games that year, and our guys did it, and our coaching staff committed to it. Our offensive coordinator, Aaron Malila, has been here since my first day here. He brought over Brandon Johnson, who's been a head coach at Fairfax High School, was a DC at Gilbert, DC at Basha, and they've just completely transformed this offense. Ben Franklin traditionally is a double tight, double wing program, and with a guy like Gavin slinging the ball and Coach Malila and Coach Johnson calling the shots on offense, we're going to be pretty successful, I think, as we continue to grow into the future.
Coach, being a former coach myself, I understand that something like that would either do one of two things. It would either galvanize a coaching staff, or maybe everybody would run completely the other direction when once that final whistle was blown on that final game. But I think it had the previous impact on your program. Tell us about Gavin Weiler as a sophomore, 2,239 passing yards, 28 touchdowns. What's the ceiling for this young man?
Unlimited. I think he's the best quarterback in the state of Arizona. I think he is absolutely the best quarterback in the state of Arizona to do what he did last year as a sophomore. Gavin had never started at quarterback prior to his freshman year. He was the backup in junior high here at Ben Franklin. He started at safety for him. And then his freshman year, he came in, started on the JV team, went 5-1. Then last year, obviously, you see it on the film right now. He's a stud. He can throw it with the best of them. And I have all the confidence in the world in this young man and what he's going to be able to do for us this year. And I think one of the cool things for me to see is his growth and maturity as a person. You won't find many better people than this young man right here. And we're lucky to have him leading this program, no doubt.
Gavin, what is it about the program and about yourself that allowed you in just 2 short years to do what you're doing, as we're seeing on the football field? And as Coach mentioned, JP mentioned, almost 2,300 yards passing, 28 touchdowns to just 10 interceptions. What is it? How did you come together and just explode so quickly?
I would say the brotherhood that we had. As a sophomore starting, they all trusted me in what I was doing, and they gave me the confidence, and they cheered me on, so that helped.
Gavin, tell us about your offensive line and how they keep you clean and upright game after game, because those big guys up front, if it's not for what they do, nothing else happens on the football field.
I love them, man. They keep me safe. They keep me upright. I think I had,
2 or 3 sacks last year?
2 or 3 sacks last year over 13 games. So,
and one of them, he has to own one of those for sure.
Fair enough. I love that. Coach is always coaching, Ed. You got to love it.
Always. So, Gavin, a 65% completion percentage. Talk about the importance of, as you roll out to your right, you're going to make a completion right here. I'm assuming, yes, you did. So having that accuracy. JP talked about your offensive line. You talked about your offensive line, but you being able to see your wide receivers and make the right reads and the right throws at the right time.
It's given to me pretty much. Malila and Johnson, they kind of have built this offense for me to make me succeed, and it's made me succeed in every way.
Coach, tell us about this game on Friday night. You guys are hosting the Dysart Demons. It's your home opener. The crowd's going to be excited. We picked this game to feature for our Friday night game on Desert Gridiron Gameplan. So just tell us about this matchup.
Yeah, we have a lot of respect for the Dysart Demons. Coach Ganados has done just a phenomenal job. And I believe the 6 years that he's been the head coach there, he's really restored that program. And they have a ton of just terrific young men and really solid athletes. It starts with, some of the athletes they have: Javon Christmas, Donovan Hinchy. They have a defensive back who I'm pretty confident had 7 or 8 interceptions last year. As a top end of the 3A conference. I think his last name is Stoglin, Connor Stoglin. They have some guys, man, and they're a super confident bunch, and they have every right to be. Coach Ganados has put together a staff that has stayed, like you had talked about, right? There's a continuity piece, and there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride to be a Dysart Demon, I'd imagine. And Coach Ganados spoke a couple weeks ago at their media day about what it means to be a Dysart Demon and the pride that they have of being from El Mirage. And we're expecting a dogfight. This is a group that, they were 7-4 last year, and 2 of those losses were to the state runner-up, ALA West Foothills. So they played good teams, they beat good teams, and they deserved every single bit of what they had last year. And we expect a fight. We expect this to be a really good matchup for us. And nothing is easy in the 3A conference right now. We have 31 teams in the entire conference, and we can't look ahead of anybody, especially a playoff team like Dysart and what they're going to bring to the table for us.
Yeah, Coach, just looking at their schedule last year, they lost their first 2 games. Then they ran off 7 straight. They scored 40-plus points at every single one of those games. So, and you talked about the ALA West Foothills, those 2 losses at the end of the season. But that just shows how dangerous this football team is. They can score a lot of points. They'll have ups and downs just like every other football team does. But if you take them lightly, they may blow you out of the building.
Right, exactly. And I think the first game of the year is always a lot of fun because you don't know a lot about your opponent, right? You can look at last year's film and that's what it is. That's all it is. It's last year. It's meaningless at this point, and most teams don't show a ton in their scrimmages, so it's going to be it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a chess match, and I think it's going to come down to what players obviously execute the best, and can we protect the football and stay on script and stay ahead of downs and play inspired defense like we've done, in the 2 years that I've been here going into year 3. And it's always fun. I always love the week 1 matchups, right? Because like I said, you don't know much about your opponent until that whistle blows, and it's going to be a fun night. And I have a lot of respect for Coach and what they've done there.
Coach, we wish we could have all your staff on here with us and all your players and everything, but tell us about your coaching staff and those guys that make the program go.
Man, it's such an unselfish group. It really truly is. And the amount of work that they do for the long hours that we have, it starts obviously with our coordinators, our defense coordinator, as I mentioned, Jeremy Sather, our offensive coordinator, Aaron Malila, our co-offensive coordinator, Brandon Johnson, Coach Malila's right-hand man, our offensive line coach, Andy Montagna, who's been with me going into year 6 now. We were together at Gilbert Christian when I was the head coach there previously. So I guess year 7 we're going into. We just have guys that are completely committed to this program. I could raffle off all their names if that's what you're looking for, but what a group it is. And honestly, what an honor it is just to be a part of this program and play the role that I do and be able to manage every piece of it and be able to trust the coordinators to do what they do. I'm a CEO type of head coach, and I don't try to put my hand too much into any side of the ball. And I think giving them that trust and having that faith in them really empowers them to be excellent at what they do. And all of them are excellent. And we're just super, super blessed to have each one of them.
Gavin, we know it's a long season, 10 football games. That's a lot of football. How do you prepare yourself, obviously physically, but I want to ask you about the mental aspect of your approach to being the quarterback of this football team and preparing yourself every single week for a Dysart, for everybody else that's on your schedule. How have you prepared yourself inside your mind for the rigors and the grind of a tough 10-game season?
Just watching film and knowing where to go if the play doesn't go right. So if one of the plays that's designed for someone to get the ball, knowing where to go if he's not open or something happens,
Coach, tell us about the support from your administration. We know that you might want to do things and people have ideas and coaches have ideas and, hey, this could be better and we could do this. But it has to have that support of the administration.
It does. And Benjamin Franklin has some of the best. It starts with our principal, our leader, John Allen. He's a former coach himself. He coached football. He coached basketball up in Round Valley for 30 plus years. His son, Ridge Allen, was a graduating senior of ours. He's over at Hastings College right now in Nebraska playing running back. Our athletic director, Sean Lytle, and I have a relationship going back to 2015, 2016 when I was at North Point. He was at Chandler Prep. I'm not sure that there's many more well-respected athletic directors in the state than Sean Lytle. And then our assistant AD, Mark Beasley. He came in 2 years ago, and he's a elite level college basketball official. He's worked the NCAA tournament. He runs his company Monarch Sports here out of Arizona and does basketball tournaments all over. And we just have so much support. I share an office with these guys every single day. So to be able to know that what we do in our program is aligned with the values of our school and what we stand for, we're a high academic rigor institution. We don't cut corners in the classroom. We assign homework, and these guys have, at least an hour of homework every single night. And we build that into their schedule with tutoring times every single day. We call that our conference period. We stand for a lot here at Benjamin Franklin. We have what we call the Charge Your Way, which these guys recite every single day. Charge Your Way 1 is to be strong and rejoice in the challenge. Charge Your Way 2 is to yield not to misfortune, but advance all the more boldly against it. And then Charge Your Way 3 is to act honorably with integrity in all situations. And that's just kind of our core purpose of what we do here. And every single one of our administrators stands for those codes. Last year, Dave Jeffries, the former head football coach here, who is a large reason as to why I'm here at Benjamin Franklin, he and I have been, good friends since 2019, since I moved out to the East Valley. He's come back to be our assistant, principal of student life. And what he's done with our Stugo class, with our Blue Crew is what we call our student section. It's been incredible. I would put our student section up against any other student section in the state. and it's because of what Dave Jeffries has done with that. So when you talk about administrations, man, we are blessed beyond belief to have who we have in our corner.
I am absolutely familiar with Mr. Lytle from his days over at Chandler Prep, and also Mr. Beasley did some broadcasting for him back in 2020, I believe it was.
Wow.
So you are in good hands there, no doubt, at Ben Franklin. You guys are taking on the Dysart Demons on Friday night. That game kicks off at 7 p.m., and I am pretty sure you can watch it on the NFHS network, if my memory serves me correctly. So make sure and tune in. That should be a fun one. We thank you guys for your time, and we look forward to checking in on you throughout this season.
Yes, sir. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
gentlemen.
guys. Have a great night, and we appreciate your time.
Thank
you
you.
as well. Appreciate it.
There they go. The Benjamin Franklin Chargers. They host the Dysart Demons this Friday night in a 3A juggernaut, Ed.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one. I just love the Chargers way. That is so awesome. He's got three mantras that they go by. And again, that's why they've been so successful, because they've got a way that they do things. There's got to be structure involved in the football program and in the school in general, right, JP?
There's got to be structure. There's got to be commitment. And then just like Coach Sheehan said a little bit earlier, Ed, that culture thing, he said it's just as important as the X and O's. It might be more important than the X's and O's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, culture is real.
It really is. What a great first show of season number 2 we had here for you today, folks. We hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed bringing it to you as well. We got a chance to visit with the participants in our Thursday night football game this week, coming to you live this Thursday night on 12 Plus. It'll be the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles hosting the Pima Rough Riders. Will be on the air at 6:30 p.m. Kickoff is set for 7. Join myself, Mr. Ed Cole, and Matt Ross will be manning our sidelines this season. And we're so excited, Ed.
Yes, I cannot wait. Can we just fast forward to Thursday already? Can we skip Wednesday and tomorrow be Thursday?
Hey, it's coming quick enough. I got too much stuff still to do before Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to need every minute of the time between now and Thursday night's kickoff.
Goodness. Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you join us next Tuesday night right back here at 8 p.m. for another edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Have a great night, and we will talk to you Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. on 12 Plus. It's the Eagles of Scottsdale Christian and the Rough Riders from South